I found some major red flags with an anti-trafficking and immigrant assisting charity that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have been involved with and had their own fund set up with. And this charity is honestly acting more like a government subcontractor, in my opinion, because it's receiving these massive government funds and their actual impact is not very clear, as we're going to get into. So this is really concerning. And also, any insiders with this charity would seem to maybe have access to some of the most vulnerable children, these immigrant trafficked children. That's really concerning, and it's not clear that they're doing the correct screening. Anyway, we'll dive into it. So the first thing I want to cover is that in the tax filings, there's a sentence that says that young girls want to live with their traffickers. Come again? First of all, it's saying that young girls want to live with their traffickers. Why is it singling out women here? And then this could even be used to justify keeping kids with abusers and traffickers, which would definitely suggest a breach between the stated purpose of this organization and their actual practice. This is really concerning, in my opinion. I don't know why that sentence would be in there. It should not be in there. And then nonprofits will also talk about their impacts as far as how many kids they help. A lot of the times in their tax filings, they like to brag about that. This nonprofit is not really doing that here. Their child rights program makes up 80-90% of their expenses, but they are not giving their numbers of impact in their tax filings, as I said, which could be to avoid scrutiny, hide dangerous reunifications that might have happened under this charity's watch. This charity was also not listing contractor or consulting groups, which is really unusual because they're managing millions of dollars. They were also using hundreds of volunteers when they have massive funding, big salaries. That's really concerning and could be unethical. They are also not making it clear how they are making sure that people, the volunteers who are working with them, who are gathering children's stories, are really fully qualified to be working with these very vulnerable kids in these really sensitive situations where a lot can go wrong. That's really concerning to me. They were also not giving out grants, apparently, which is really unusual for an organization like this, who's embedded in immigration and trafficking issues. Their salaries also ballooned up to $11.2 million in 2022. And again, in trauma fields, this could suggest an organization that's more interested in optics than impact. So this is a pretty big deal, in my opinion, because they are receiving these massive contracts. Let me know what you guys think of this situation. This is the charity I'm most concerned about of all the ones that I've covered so far.